Hold on 1 second. We'll go ahead and walk through the unit leader portal. But appreciate everybody hopping on today, spending Saturday morning learning about popcorn. So see some familiar names. Glad everybody could hop on. I've been the sales and sales rep, been working with Buffalo Trace Council for the last couple of years, and good to see you guys all on. But today, this training session, just wanted to walk through the unit leader portal, give you guys insight, show you some of the updates. This year, much more intuitive, hopefully a little bit easier for you guys to navigate your sale, and hopefully overall save you guys time back for the sale. So everybody's ready. Hopefully everybody can see my screen clearly. I'll just kind of go through the full unit leader portal, and we can take some questions and answer those. But whenever you first come in, this is what you will see. This is your dashboard. So you'll notice there's a goal. You can edit and change your goal. So right now I have it set at 5,000. If you want to up it, you can just type it in and it will reflect there. As your scouts start to sell, this bar will fill up and you can see how far away you are from reaching that goal. So figure out what your program plan is, what you guys are shooting for this year, and set that goal. That goal is a very important piece to make sure your scout families know what they're shooting for and what they gain once they achieve that goal. This next slide here, you'll be able to see all of the different types of sales. You have the storefront wagon. It'll break down the percentages along with the online. You have your cash versus credit card, and then you also have the online credit card as well, which we'll show you here in a second, the new ways there. Over here, you have your storefront shifts. So currently just have 0 to 1 storefront shifts available. It shows if they're claimed, what percentage are claimed or not. So currently 100% are unclaimed. And then you'll show your total scouts that are registered, average sales per scout, and then number of orders. And then down below, this is the big change from last year. So those of you in the system last year, you'll remember that there was a storefront, then a wagon, and in order to see what your scouts sold, they had to go into the wagon, and it's kind of a lot of back and forth. This year, we simplified it, much clearer, where you can see everything right here up front. So you can see all the scouts' names listed. If you hover above this little I, you can see the parent information. The parent information won't show up. So for instance, mine, if the scout registered himself. Right here is where you can take orders. And then over here, a couple different customizable options. But right here are all the scouts. None of them have any product except for myself. So that scout has inventory that has been assigned to them. And if we click this little drop down, it gives us a couple different options we can do with each scout. So we have the shift management. It'll show if they're registered for any shifts. Can manage the cash. So if that scout has gone door to door or taken some storefronts, you can see what cash is owed to the unit, and you can collect that cash from them. So you can make the different cash adjustments that they submitted. You see the cash due from them, what was collected. Go down to the inventory. So you notice that this scout does have inventory assigned to them. Right here, you'll see the total scout inventory. Say that they return 2 of those bags. You can hit 2. Then you can choose what they're doing. So they are sending it to the unit. You will adjust that. And now we'll come down. And you will see they no longer have that caramel corn. So quantity, at unit, quantity at location scout. Subtract there. So we have the orders with which you can view your scout orders. Currently the scout doesn't have any, but you'll be able to see all of them. And then the sales breakdown. So this is the clear, easy way. Last year, a lot of unit leaders gave feedback where they just wanted to see what that scout sold and kind of the breakdown of how they got that amount. So I'll give you the storefront number, wagon, online, overall total, and then the credit card cash split there. And then down below gives you the products and the inventory at the unit. So we just transferred away all those product to that scout. So it's showing negative because this unit has not received any product. Whenever you guys place your order and we approve it, it will automatically pre-populate what product that unit has ordered. So that's the overall general leader dashboard. So the first thing whenever you guys log in, you'll want to do is you'll want to set up your unit. So you'll see the information, who you're registered with. You can click that unit info, and you'll want to go down each of these to make sure you have your unit set up. So the first thing you'll see is the scout roster, who is with that unit, who's already registered. If they are not in here, these two little icons up top is how you invite more scouts. So you have the little phone to send text messages, send that scout's first, last name, parent email, so forth. And then you have the email to send them that way. It's very quick and easy to create the scout account. Only takes about 30 seconds to a minute for them to fill that out. Very easy. Next, you'll want to set your storefront settings. So we added a new storefront settings this year to split all sales amongst the entire year. Overall, we personally recommend one of these three options. That way your scouts know exactly where their sales are at the end of the day. That way they can keep track how far away they are from their own individual goals. So see where they're at as far as their rewards go. Set up the different time zones, default shift setup, number of scouts you guys want per shift, and then you can have a default release date. So with the council sale, you can have all your storefronts open on a certain day for those scouts to register for, or you can change each one. I'll show you guys that shortly. You will then have your app settings. So this is if you allow your scouts to modify the price of product. Personally do not, but if you guys want to change the pricing, ultimately it's up to you guys what you sell the product for, but that would just take away from your commission as a unit that you guys would receive. These are the people who have access into the account. Currently, I am the primary contact, but say we want to make Jennifer the primary contact, you can just go here and set her as the primary. Click that little go action. Now she has the green check mark next to her. I'm going to set myself back to that. You have the About Your Unit. This is where you can update what your unit's goals are. What are you guys fundraising for? You can put that in there, and you can upload images, videos, different things there where you can share your unit page for people to support you. And then here's the banking information. So as you guys take credit card sales or take online transactions, you guys will receive credits against your invoice due to council. Once that reaches a negative balance, you guys can then withdraw money into your unit's bank account. And then here's a little bit more information there. So anytime any of these are changed, it will notify all unit team members that there has been something changed. Make sure that you guys are all notified if somebody's trying to take out money of the unit, or if they are trying to change the banking information. Make sure everybody's being honest and trustworthy, as a scout should be. But that is all the initial setup. So you want to go in here, make sure all this looks correct for your unit, and that will get you rocking and rolling. Next tab we have here is the training. Tons of different training videos in which Trailsyn has provided. You have all these different videos on best practices on team building, planning, how to run the scout parent kickoff, how to run a scouts only kickoff, goal setting, and then lots of different printing assets for a variety of things. So whether it's your individual unit kickoff, we have a kickoff presentation in which you'll download, help make it easier for you guys to train your scout parents and what's going on this year. So you can see it'll just download right there, and you guys can click that. The app quick start guide is one of my favorites. Let me see. Can you guys see this? I'll show you this one real quick. So this is the app quick start guide. This is something I would encourage you to hand to your scout parents so that they know how to use the app. It's very quick and easy. It's 2 pages long, and then it breaks it down to what they're looking to do. So if they're wanting to record a wagon sale, storefront, just get registered, it's a quick 3 to 4 step process on each different action that they want to take. And it's very easy visual for them to look at and how to navigate through that app. All right. You guys see all of the unit portal again, make sure I got that right. Here we go. All right, let this load back up. So as you can see, tons of great features options here. Another cool one is there's door hangers for as scouts are going door to door, especially this year with everything happening with COVID. It's going to be a little bit different selling times. People want to be more socially distant. I imagine the online's to be more of a vital part of the sale. And so what scouts can do is they can go door to door and they can just share this door hanger and fill out their scout code for that consumer to support them. So they never actually have to come in contact. They can just hang these on doors. And it's a great way for them to still to fundraise while staying safe and socially distancing. So after the training, you have the storefronts. So if you guys are running storefronts this year, it's definitely going to be a different year. And I know not all major corporations are allowing them, but a lot of local places are still willing to help and support local. So you guys can go in here and you can click and set up your storefronts. So you will see today there is one storefront set up. You have Lowe's 815. So how you add those, you just click this little add, fill out your information, site name, when you want to run those. So you can see, say we want to add another one of those. So we'll say Smith Lane, or let's do Smith Street, Fort Wayne. You can see all that. You can put the contact information of who's running that store. You can do any site instructions. So say you want to go to the north door, set the time, and you can set all that up there. So we'll go back to the storefront. Once you have one set up, you can then add shifts. So here is the store. You can do shift management. So there's currently a shift from 9:40 this morning till 11:40. And then you can manage the cash for that storefront. So if you want to allocate some cash to that store, you can manage the inventory. So what you give to that store. So say we're going to give 2 popping, 5 unbelievable, 3 blazing, and 10 caramel. You can then from the unit to that storefront and send all those adjustments where it'll shoot it over. And then now it will show that it does have inventory. So say you want to get all that inventory back, you just click this button, return all inventory to unit. It'll make sure you want to confirm. And now that's all back to the unit. And then here you'll see the viewing order. So you can see what orders were taking place during that shift. And then the reporting, you can download the actual transactional report for that shift. Down here is the storefront reservation. So this is something that won't really see anything this year, but as we're trying to progress as a company, we're trying to get some storefronts claimed for unit leaders so that you guys can go in and see storefronts booked and then just redeem them. So it'll show up like this. You can just go in, see there's a time from 3 to 8, redeem it. But we don't have that available quite yet this year. That'll be coming. So here is where you'll want to order your popcorn. You can click the popcorn, order popcorn, or you can just click at the very top, you see order popcorn. This is how you guys will place your popcorn orders. It's nice and easy. Same setup as it has been last year. You'll go in, let's see if it loads, and then you'll just go down the list. So you'll choose the delivery. So we'll do for the September order. So one of the new features that we added is how much retail dollars. So our goal was 7,500 for this first order. You just want to do 3 grand. You can auto-populate, and it will populate what your recommended order is based on percentages. If you guys have a good idea of what you have ordered in the past, you can just go down the list and just fill out this column right here, the order. So right now it has us getting 1 case of salted. You can see how many containers come in that case. Down here at the bottom, it will show what that unit's overall earnings are. And it'll also show what the total retail value is currently being ordered. So I notice I put in 3, it comes up a little bit less just based on how the breakdown is. So maybe I want to add another caramel corn, maybe another unbelievable butter, maybe 2 more of those. You can see as it gets up what that overall retail dollar you're ordering, what your total earnings are, overall quantity of cases, everything set there. So I am going to go back, and you'll be able to see those popcorn orders show up. Once you place it, you'll see your invoice for that. And then down here, you will see any transfers, returns you've made with other units, pending, approved, rejected as well. So you guys can always transfer product from unit to unit. Next one's the rewards. So this here is Amazon gift card rewards. Exciting stuff, allows scouts to choose what they want to get. You can see all your scouts listed, how many points they have reached. So we'll be going to a point system, which we can cover later on throughout the day today. And you can see what's unsubmitted amount and what's pending. So you can submit your scouts gift cards as soon as they have something available. You'll see these 2 cards here. So submit scout rewards. So say qualify for $20, you can submit them. As I continue to sell, I qualify for another 20, where I reach that next tier in the rewards, and submit again. Once you submit, though, you can't return or refund any orders, of course, because they've gotten credit for those. So it's ultimately up to you when you want to submit. But here is nice detailed step-by-step information for when you guys are submitting. It does take a 5-day window for us to review, make sure everything looks accurate, correct. Our big goal is try to get those scouts their gift cards as soon as possible. The account summary, this is where you will see your total due to council, what your unit payout available is. So once you order your product, you'll see the credits that will start to apply whenever you guys use credit cards and online, and you'll see this payout, it will grow. So if that's a positive, you can just click the request payout. It will go to that banking information that you guys processed. And we are allowing that weekly. Last year, it was just 2 days a month. It was the 14th and 28th. This year, every week, you guys can request that payout whenever you have one available. And then over here, it'll show the commissions, show transaction history. And then the last items, the reports, a couple of reports for people who like the Excel, like to play with the numbers, see exactly what's going on. And then that's pretty much it. Then you have the join the community, which will connect you to our Facebook page. Great resource, the Trails in Facebook community. This is a great option for customer support. If you guys have questions on this unit portal, if you have questions on how to run your sale, whatever it may be, the Trails in Facebook community, you can post a question. You'll get 3 to 4 comments here back in a couple minutes. At peak of sale, we were having 1,500 comments a day. So lots of active members in there, other units across the nation just trying to help each other. And then if you need help, here is our support line where you can enter questions, gives you FAQs, other area to submit tickets and get help from Trails In. So that is the unit portal in a nutshell. Overall this year, much easier to guide through. We changed our system. Hopefully, those of you who used it in the past have seen the improvements, especially from the scout management section. And then here soon, in the next week or two, we'll be uploading a training video. Those of you, if you've attended the unit webinars, we have that webinar video that will show up in here, and you guys can watch that, a very instructional guide on how to navigate through all this again, just as I'm doing today. But with that, I'll open it up to any questions you guys have, and I can go and cover any additional things.
First question in the chat box is if the product line has changed this year, or has it been determined for this year?
Yes, it has. The product line has been determined this year. I could, trying to share this. So this year, the product line is a little bit more consolidated due to COVID. Like many food manufacturers, we certainly have been impacted. Pulling that product line up here. There we go. Let me share this with everybody. Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can see this, but this is this year's product lineup. So you will see there is the cheese lovers. So the cheese lovers, notice a little bit more, but it contains more product this year. So it is a fully printed blazing hot popcorn, which is really good. It's a new product. Kind of tastes like the flaming hot Cheetos. It's one of my favorites this year. Have the white cheddar, both of those fully printed, and the cheese lovers. Have the salted caramel coming back again. The blazing hot kind of cover, that's the new item. I think it'll be a big hit with especially the scouts who love those. The white cheddar again. And then we have the new Unbelievable Butter pre-popped. So it's in the big bag at $15. Have the popping corn, which moved to a jar this year. So don't have to worry about those bags busting open. Much nicer jar. And then you have the caramel corn, which will be at $12 total. So a couple items you notice not here is the chocolate. Chocolate will be all online. Online this year, products will match exactly how they are on the take order form. So there is a $25 salted, there's a $20 white cheddar. You will see these products online, same as what they are on the take order, unlike years past. And the other item, you notice that there's no Unbelievable Butter microwave. So this is one that unfortunately was impacted by our production, and we were not able to produce that as efficiently as we had in years past. Our capacity was reduced, so that will be an online only item, and it will be a 12-pack at $25 just because that quantity is so limited this year. But scouts can order that online. And then here's the donations. You'll see we changed to American Heroes with everything going on. We want to fully encompass military, all the first responders, everybody doing great things across the nation. Want to be able to fully support all of those American heroes.
Our next question asks, can I remove scouts from the roster, and can I transfer those who crossed over from a pack to a troop?
Yep, certainly. Good question. So I can show you guys how to do that. So yes, you can always remove scouts from your roster. So if you go in here, you'll click the unit info. You have your scout roster. Over here on the side, you'll be able to see the different actions you can do. You can move or remove. If you remove that scout, don't really know where they're going, but know they're no longer with your unit, you can do that. That does not delete that scout's account. That will just put that scout as unregistered within a unit. If you do know where they're going, you can just simply click this move, ask if you want to, you'll hit yes, and then you can click what district they're going to, and then what unit. And you can also assign the ranks and dens that they are with to help organize your roster.
Does anyone else have questions for Jake?
No other questions? Appreciate you guys hopping on this morning. And
there's a couple coming in, it looks like. Let's see. Is there a mechanism this year for a scout to take an order and take payment at delivery?
Yes. So we'll cover that in the app webinar. We can go through the actual app process, but the app covering all credit card fees again, and you can take credit card right then and there, whether you have a Square reader or not. You can also or not take payment. Is that what the question was?
They want to take an order and take payment, or take an order and then take payment at delivery, it looks like.
Gotcha. No, there's still currently no process for that. You will have to take a payment then. The workaround of that, you can always mark it as a cash order and put a little asterisk under your order notes and put a not paid yet, and then you can always refund that cash order and take their payment afterwards when you deliver it.
Okay.
Fortunately, we did not get that updated this year.
When there is free shipping, is the council and unit having to pay for that somehow?
So yeah, right now we are currently doing a free shipping model. Right now there is no unit payments. Council is paying everything as the test right now. We'll see how the test goes this weekend. and then get it again next week, kind of week by week basis. But as of right now, no commission changes for units in the public council.
Can I, as a storefront ambassador for the area, add storefront spots to several different packs and troops? So this is one person who contacts all the stores in her town and then disseminates those to other packs and troops.
I will have to double check. I don't believe there's a way for you to assign that, but I will double check and get back with you. I believe you can only assign for your specific unit.
And the next question is, if I wanted to do door hangers with the whole pack, is there a way to split those orders between all the scouts that participate?
There would be no specific way to assign those two units. It would just come to the packs overall.
We've got about 15 minutes before the session officially ends. So we'll stick around if you have any questions that you're still typing in. Otherwise, we have the popcorn app training coming up at 9:30, and also at 9:30 is running an effective and fun kickoff. One change to the schedule, if you did not see it, is that at 12:30 we will only be offering one session, which is the popcorn app. We are unable to do the Scouts sales training twice today. All right, so if you want to hop off, you can. Otherwise, we're going to keep answering questions as they come in. The next one that popped in was, can you repeat what you said about an order that is not paid?
Yeah, so if an order is not paid, here I can show you. So you can either kind of do the traditional, just take it on the take order method, write their information down, then come back later to take payment. Or you can mark it as a cash order. Let me see if my Scout has any orders. I don't know if I can view them. Let's see if I can make one real quick on my phone. Show you guys. You can mark it as a cash order. And then you can refund that order whenever they go pay. So cash. All right, let's see if this will now show up. So you can see here is an order. Does it show? Yeah, see, you see Jake and then not paid. So you can see it there, that will show up. You can then issue the refund for that order, and then you could reprocess their order and take their credit card at the time of delivery.
Let's see. Oh, sorry, I lost the chat for a second. Is the entry process to create a storefront the same?
Yeah, the process to create the storefront, similar as last year. I can show you again there to make sure. So you just hit Storefront Reservations. Oops, sorry, Storefront Management, add storefront. You'll fill out this information. Once you have that storefront created, you'll see it down here for the site name. Then you'll add the shifts. You can add a shift just right there. You can also always copy that shift and put for different dates. So say we have lots at 9:40 to 11:40, you can put that for different dates on the calendar.
How long will the refund option be active?
So for credit card sales, the Scout has up to 24 hours to refund. And then the unit will have an additional 24 hours after that to refund. So 48 hours total. That is how long our credits are pending. For cash orders, you can refund at any time.
And the next question is, how well does the Trails End back end work on mobile devices? Is there a separate app or is it all web-based?
So the unit portal, that's something that you'll mostly want to use from your desktop. Some of it is mobile based, where you'll be able to see the dashboard and some of those figures, but it'll be best to use from your computer. You guys are running multiple things at once, trying to control it from the app. Currently, just have not been able to build that all in there. There's just too much going on. So some of it you can view as far as checking to see where your sales at, but most of the changes, adding those storefronts, changing scout inventory, you'll want to do that from the desktop.
The chat has slowed down, so does anybody else have questions? All right, we've got one person typing in.
Ready.
Katie, if you want to unmute yourself and just ask your question verbally, you can do that.
That would be great. Thank you. Okay, I'm a new chair this year, and I'm looking back through the roster from last year, and there's a couple double up where I think both parents logged in so that they could use the thing.
Right.
How do you do the inventory with that? Do you
So
do one?
if there's a duplicate account, you can email our support at Trails-End, and they can combine any past sales or information and then delete the other non-current one. That way, there's just one account to allocate inventory, and then hopefully those parents can just share that login with each other. That would be my recommendation, how to approach that.
Thank you.
Yep. And so for those of you who have different IT questions, stuff like that with your unit or how to get logged in, the support at trails-end.com is going to be your best resource. I will also include my email in here, but they will be much faster. They have more access than I do to reset your passwords for unit logins and other information like that. And one last thing, as we don't have any other questions, I will just show you guys how to create that login. If you guys are new or have not gotten into the system yet, if you just go to trails-end.com, if you notice, we've changed our web page, try to make it a little bit easier to separate it from a Scout supporter to the Scout portal to the unit leader portal. So you will click here. If you guys have not yet registered, you can just click register your unit. It's very quick and easy. You will click what council you are with. Say we are Buffalo Trace Council. I will just do the test unit within Buffalo Trace. So district, council, test. You'll click your district and unit. Continue. Fill in all the information. It already has all my information kind of pre-populated. You can then check if you guys want to receive text messages to your unit's fundraisers from us. We do a bunch of different promotions off and on. So right now we have the $30 and up free shipping for online. This will notify you via text for that. Hit continue, and then you're completely registered. So it's as quick and easy as that. You'll then receive an email once the council approves your login, and then you can go in and navigate your unit. But here also we'll have webinar signups and Facebook page at the very end of creating your registration. And those webinars are great to go through this portal. Again, if you guys have any additional questions, it will be updated here soon.
And when you are registering, committing your unit or doing things like that on Trailsand's website. Do note that we are Buffalo Trace Council. There is also a Buffalo Trails Council, so make sure you click the right one.
Great clarification.
Are there any other questions? Okay. Oh, yes, we do have another one coming in.
Okay.
And they're coming in slowly enough now that if you want to unmute yourself and just talk, you can do that. Is this login something that would still be active from last year for the unit?
Yes, yeah. If you still have a login from last year, you can go ahead and re-log in. And actually, whenever you go to register your account, at the very beginning, you can sign in to your old.
Okay. And one person asks, I see on my roster that one guy has 400 points on his register. What is that? It looks like a defunct account.
So if scouts have already started selling, which they can for online sales, they will be receiving points from January 1st onwards. So any pre-sales, I'd assume maybe they had some online sales early, then they'll be receiving points. And so online sales this year, if you had $200 in online sales, you receive double points. So he could maybe just have $200 worth of online sales. But you should be able to see that if you go just scroll down from your dashboard, you can see all those scout sales and how it breaks down to that $400. Scouts can also always take early orders before they receive product as well and just mark it as undelivered. So that's also a possibility. Maybe he sold to grandma early and marked her down for a couple items and took her payment. So could be another option.
Are there any other questions for Jake?
Got about a couple more minutes, but if you guys do have any other questions that popped up, again, put my email in there. Feel free to ask. Also, that support at Trails-End. Those are two great resources. And then the Facebook page is another good one. No problem. Appreciate all your time as well.